Good morning, class 9C. Today we'll be starting our classes. So, our first chapter will be the language of chemistry. In class 8, we have learned this chapter on the same topic, language of chemistry. Once again, in class 9, we have got the same chapter. In this chapter, we are going to study about symbols, valency, how to write down the chemical formula by crisscross method, all this thing. Okay, so our today's topic will be element, atomicity, and symbols. We'll try to understand these three terms. So elements, according to the definition of elements, an element is a simple and pure form of matter which cannot be decomposed into simpler substances. So, an element is considered as a simple and pure form where we cannot break down or where we cannot convert into other substances. Say, for example, hydrogen, carbon, gold, silver, etc. So, these are the example of the elements where we cannot convert this element into other by any physical or chemical means. Next, atom. Matter is composed of atoms. As we know, matter is composed of atoms. An atom is considered as the smallest particle of an element which may or may not exist independently but can take part in a chemical reaction. So an atom is that smallest particle which may or may not exist independently, but it is the one which take part in a chemical reaction. Next term we have called atomicity. It's a very important term. Atomicity means the number of atoms in a molecule of an element is called its atomicity. That means whatever number of atoms present in a molecule or element, that we call atomicity. And it can be of many types. Like first type is monoatomic. Monoatomic means elements having only one atom in their molecule. We call it as monoatomic molecules. Example: helium, neon, sodium, potassium, and magnesium. So all these elements have got only one atom in their molecule, or we call an element. Similarly, we have got diatomics, elements having two atoms in their molecule. Example: H2, O2, N2, Cl2, Br2, I2, like that. So diatomic means where we have got two atoms in a molecule. So monoatomic, single, only one. Diatomic, two. Okay. Next we have got triatomic molecule. Tri means three. So we have got three atoms. Example: ozone, O3. Next we have got tetraatomic. Tetra means four. So molecules having four atoms in a molecule we call tetraatomic. Example: phosphorus, P4. Okay. So this is the classification of atomicity along with example. Fine. Next, symbols. Okay. As we know, any element is represented by a symbol. Say, for example, hydrogen is represented as capital H. Now, what does the symbol means? A symbol is the short form that stands for the atom of a specific element, or the abbreviation used for the name of an element. So a symbol is considered as the short form that stands for a specific element. Each element is denoted by a symbol, which is usually the first letter of its name in English or Latin, written in capital. So every element is represented by a symbol, and which is generally the first letter of its English name or Latin name, and which is the first letter is always written in capital. Fine. What is the significance of a symbol? From the symbol, what do you understand? It represents name of the element, number two, one atom of that element, and a definite mass of the element, which is equal to the atomic mass expressed in gram. Okay, so this thing we understand from symbol. For example, the symbol N stands for nitrogen, and since we have got only one atom of nitrogen, and it is a 14 grams of nitrogen, that is the atomic weight of nitrogen. So this is the significance of a symbol. Next, we'll see symbols of some common elements, which we'll be studying frequently. Okay, so you need to remember the symbols of the element along with the names. Okay, hydrogen H, nitrogen N, oxygen O, fluorine F, chlorine Cl, bromine Br, iodine I, carbon C, sulfur S, phosphorus P, boron B, silicon Si, helium He, neon Ne, argon Ar. Okay, so these are the symbol of the elements. Next we have got these are non-metals, okay, and these are metals. So in metals we have got magnesium Mg, aluminum Al, calcium Ca, chromium Cr, manganese Mn, cobalt Co, nickel Ni, zinc Zn, silver Ag, barium Ba, arsenic As, platinum Pt, uranium capital U, lithium Li, germanium Ge. Okay, so these are the metals and these are the symbols. Okay, fine. Next, there are certain names. These names are the English names. Okay, they have derived the symbols from the English name, whereas there are certain elements which has derived its name from Latin. Say for example, gold. The symbol we write Au. If you see, according to our previous English name, it should be capital G, but it's not so. So gold is written as Au since it derived its name from Aurum, Latin name. Similarly, silver Ag has derived from Latinum argentum. Mercury Ag, hydrogarum. Copper Cu, cuprum. Lead Pb, it has derived plumbum. Iron Fe, ferrum. Sodium Na, natrium. Potassium K, calcium. Tin Sn, stannum. Antimony Sb, stibbium, and tungsten W, that's from wolfram. Okay, this is the German name. Fine. So there are certain elements which has derived its term from Latin name. Fine. Now today's assignment number 1. Question number 1, define an element. Question number 2, define atomicity. Question number 3, give the examples of the following. Monoatomic, give at least 3 examples. Diatomic, 2 examples. Triatomic, 1 example. Tetraatomic, 1 example. Okay. Next, question number 4, write the symbol of the following elements. You need to write down the symbols. Fluorine, silicon, argon, chromium, cobalt, nickel, gold, silver, copper, iron, sodium. Okay, so you write down the symbols for this. Next, question number 5, name the elements of the following symbols. So the symbols are given, you need to write down the name like this. Okay, so the symbols are Ne, Mg, Mn, As, P, Li, Pb, Sb, Sn. So this is today's your first assignment. Complete your assignment, and while writing the assignment in your exercise book, please mention at the top of each page your name, class, roll number, chapter name, and then you can give assignment number as well, whether it is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Please complete this assignment and send it in my mail.